How's it going, guys? So today I got a new piece of Overland cooking gear. It's pretty mind-blowing, but yes, the Instant Pot. If you saw my last video, we used it to make some Alfredo, and it was actually pretty damn good. But the only thing is, this Instant Pot is, the full-size Instant Pot, so it was drawing about 1200 watts of power, and I burned through my power pretty quick. I think, 45 minutes I was down to 30%. And that's a lot of battery to use for just cooking. I mean, I do have it set up where I can start the car back up, run it for about 10-15 minutes, and it'll charge me pretty quick. But if I don't have to use that much power, I'm not going to. So I found this thing. It's the Instant Pot Duo Mini, which is a 3-quart Instant Pot versus I think mine's a 6 or an 8-quart. But just for size, it's that guy's pretty big. And you do have a lot of space in there to cook. This one is definitely much smaller. But I mean, if you're camping, you're not really going to make that much food. I mean, maybe you are, but I only usually go camping out for the weekends. So just for scale, that's the lid. But yeah, apparently this Instant Pot is supposed to only pull about 700 watts of power at most, and I think that's pretty good. 700 watts over an hour, that's half my battery. So if I use the 700 watts, shit, I'm actually pretty bad at math. But I have a 1200 watt hour battery pack, so yeah, I think 700 watts should be over an hour. Yeah, it'll use half of it, and if I cook only for half an hour, it'll just be a quarter, and I think that's much better. So today I just wanted to test out this thing, see how much power it draws within the safety of my home, so I don't use all my power and then my fridge stops running and then all my food goes bad. That's happened before. It sucked. So yeah, for today, what we're gonna do is we're going to make some chili, simple, nice camp meal that I usually like to make. But it'll cover a couple of things. So we'll be able to saute the meat and veggies, and then we'll simmer it for a little bit. And I think that should be a good mix of different things that you'd use this thing for while camping, cooking, whatever. And then, yeah, we'll see how it turns out. I am slightly concerned about how small the actual, I guess, the actual container is, cooking area. But like I said, when you're camping, you don't really plan to eat that much, so I think it should be all right. Anyway, let's get to cooking. But first, it's been a long day of work, and I am absolutely wiped out. But today I'm drinking Schilling cider, the Excelsior. It's imperial cider, 8%, so good enough to help me wind down after a long day of hard work. So the power station we're going to use today is the Anker Solix C1000, and this thing is about 1000 watt hours, as far as I remember. And I use this as my main power station, with my other Anker being solar charged in the vehicle, and that thing's kind of like a reserve bank. So I like this one because it's got the Wi-Fi controls and everything, so I can monitor it from my phone, which is really nice when I plug in an extension cord, run it up to my tent while I'm camping so I can see how much power I have. And if it ever starts running low, I just open up the truck and hit the on button on my reserve bank and it starts charging it. Anyway, let's get to cooking. All right, so we'll get a little extra testing today because I'm an idiot and I forgot to defrost my ground turkey, so I guess all in the name of science or YouTube. We'll start off by getting this thing preheated. Yeah, we'll do normal. So there's that. Now let's see how much power it pulls. Right on the money. 672 watts, and it says 1.5 hours remaining. So I don't think I'm going to be cooking for an hour straight, but we'll see once it starts bubbling. That's going to splatter, so we'll close this guy. I will say, it is pretty cool that this thing heats up so much, whoa, shit, quicker than the bigger one, but I guess it's a smaller area that it needs to heat up. Down to 98%. 670 watts, so that's not bad. And it looks like the turkey is mostly defrosted. Down to 89%. Sauteing is done, and that was with frozen meat. So we're gonna wait till the onions are done a little bit more to add the rest of the ingredients, cook off some of that liquid. So what's interesting is it's clicking on and off, so I guess we're saving power that way. So it's not a constant draw of 700 watts, which I think is pretty awesome. That's, I mean, 13, yep, there it goes. It's clicking on right now, but 13% for a little bit of sauteing so far, and then simmering, that shouldn't use too much power, I don't think. Also, and before you judge my ability to cook, I'm by no means a chef. I'm just a guy that knows how to make food so he doesn't starve to death. Says drain the beans, but I don't feel like doing that. That's getting very close. Oh, man. Yep, I don't think the baked beans would have fit in here. But I also don't think eating 4 pounds of beans is a good idea before bed. Well, I wouldn't eat the 4 pounds all at once. I'm pretty much just using up stuff that I had in my pantry, so taco seasoning. We'll see how this does for chili. I'm both excited and scared. Smells good though. All right, let's see what we're at. 80%. So my hope is that it gets down to maybe 70 or 60%. I think I'd be happy with that for power being used. All right, so what I'm going to try now is I'm going to see. Right now I have it on high for saute, so now that we're just simmering, maybe medium would work, or even, I mean, we got a bean and chili mode right here. I wonder what that does. Okay, put it on normal for now. How much power is that going to take? Clicked on. Still showing that it's pulling 670 watts, so maybe it's the amount of times it clicks on that's less. So I got it on bean and chili mode on high. So I'm wondering how many times it's gonna start clicking on for me. So if I can use about 30% of this power station just for my cooking, I think I'd be pretty happy with that. I mean, 70% of battery power is plenty enough for the rest of the day, and it will recharge as well. So let's take another look. Yep. That looks like a nice simmer to me. So now that that's going, just set a timer for 15 minutes. Oh, I guess this thing has a timer on it too. All right, cool. And as for our power, down to 75. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it all done just at just with 30% of power being used. It's probably gonna get down to 60. But damn, thing does feel nice and sturdy, so I think it'll hold up good in the outdoors. It's a nice simmer. All right, so we'll check back on this in a little bit. Give it a good stir. So I realized that I probably shouldn't just keep opening it. That's probably messing with the efficiency of this little thing, but we're down to 71%, so I don't think we're going to be able to cook this with 70% left. But if I don't open it anymore, I think 65 might be doable. We'll see. Well, there goes the timer I set a while ago, so I think I set that for 20 minutes, and we're at 69%, but I don't remember when I set that timer, so. Well, we'll be a bit liberal, or is that the word? Worst case scenario, so we'll do it for 15 more minutes and see how it goes. But I haven't opened it, and it's only clicked on once. 14 minutes left. Still at 69%, and I'm resisting opening this thing, so we'll see how it goes. 7 minutes left, and we're at 67%. It just clicked on, and it just clicked off. So, yeah, this thing is Damn, this thing is efficient. Oh, but it's almost done, so that's pretty cool. So that is not bad at all, and that really sounds like it's going crazy in there. 65%, and I mean, it's not even clicked on right now, so that's pretty good. I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, this is gonna be good. This is starting to smell pretty delicious. Yeah, I just got that burn notice, so you know what? We're gonna open it up a little early, and let's see how it's doing. Whoa. Yep, that is. Yeah, that is simmering. Damn. I can definitely feel the bottom of it's burnt on good, but that means this thing gets hot. So, and it's efficient. So I think at this point, I'm going to turn it off. And let's take a look at our final, after 40 minutes of cooking, battery that we have left. 65%. Yeah. And we got a nice bubbling chili over here. Right, so our final battery percentage is 65%, and I'd be comfortable with that, you know, cooking for about 45 minutes and still having 65% of my battery left to do other stuff like charge my cameras, charge my phone, power my laptop, still power the Starlink. And I guess that is without the fridge running, but the fridge, once it gets cold, it really doesn't click on that much. And, you know, most of what I'm going to be doing is fall and maybe winter and spring camping. Not really a big summer guy, so wouldn't really get too hot. But yeah, this thing is efficient, and let's give this a taste. Damn, that looks good. Cheez-Its and chili go very, very well together. So let's do this. Oh, wow. Yeah. All right. I am officially impressed. That is unbelievably good. I did many things wrong, but I guess it is still hard to screw up chili. And taco seasoning. Who would have thought? I mean, it's pretty similar, but I don't know. I might start using taco seasoning in my chili from now on.